Well, hello there, and welcome to Fashion Flair Friday. This is Marian Gelletley coming to you on this beautiful sunny day here in California. Today, I wanted to talk to you about eyewear and the importance of eyewear and how powerful it really can be. Now, I was one of those kids back in 8th grade where I had to start wearing glasses. And I tried contacts and they didn't work, so I was stuck with glasses as a young, you know, girl in school. And I do remember that I could only have one pair of glasses because they were expensive and because, that's just the way it was in our family. But, what I've learned over the years is that we really need to think about the fact that we would never wear the same clothing or the same pair of shoes 7 days a week. So why the heck do we think that we should only have one pair of glasses? That's the question for you. 3 out of 4 people actually need prescription lenses. And eyewear has really become a part of your personal style and your image. Because, in the first 7 seconds that we meet someone, and make that first impression, our eye contact is a very critical component of that interaction. So think of your face as your communication center. This is where you want people to look. And you want to look at other people. You want to see their eyes. You want to see their smile. You want to see their face. So that eyewear then becomes a really key component of that first interaction. And your eyewear becomes a powerful tool for you to communicate who you are, just as you do with your clothes. So the right frames can, first of all, give a clue to your personality. And they can also send a very powerful message if that's what you choose. Here's a perfect example of a woman whose eyewear is sending a very powerful message on her. Or they can send a friendly or an approachable message. And I would say that this particular eyewear is much more friendly than this one. And then, yet again, here's another look, a very approachable sort of frame on this individual. They can also enhance your beauty. And look at those beautiful glasses on that beautiful woman and her beautiful coloring. So each one of these models that I just showed you all have different coloring. They have different eye color. They have a different approach probably to their personality. And therefore, they've chosen very, very different eyewear. So think about the fact that your eyewear is an accessory. And accessories are what express our personality. They help us complete our total image. They also can add to our personal branding. So your glasses can be a marketing tool for you, and I can speak to that. For instance, when I walk into a networking meeting and I'm wearing these glasses, I can tell you people stop and say, "Oh my gosh, I love those glasses. Where did you find them?" Or, "Oh, I love the color," or some comment. So it's an icebreaker. It's a conversation starter. So again, a branding tool, a marketing, a networking tool, you can look at your eyewear as that. Let's see, what else do I want to tell? Oh, let's see, how about this particular woman? I would say that this particular woman also has on these red frames that if her marketing collateral happens to be based in red, how fun would it be to have eyeglass frames in that branding color to represent, again, who you are and what you do. I used to have a pair of red frames because red is one of my branding colors, and it's something that I let go of because my prescription changed and I've not gone back to them, but I intend to, that's going to be my next pair. So let's stop and again go back to this communication center. So I want you to look at your hair color. I want you to look at your eye color predominantly. And let's take a look. I'm going to show you some examples here. Again, going back to the pictures I showed at the beginning. I don't know if I hold this up really closely. If you could tell, her eyes are a beautiful blue color. And the frames that she's wearing are multicolor, but they're all in the blue tones. So there she has taken her eye color and, you know, really brought those eyes forth. The communication, the eyes being the communication. Now here is a woman also who has very brown eyes and the blonde hair, and look at her eyeglass frames. You can see they are brown and they have a little spot of the yellow, again bringing forth her hair. Now if you look at me, I have very brown eyes, and this is another pair of glasses, probably my newest pair of glasses, that have the brown, the tortoise frame, but also have this vanilla color on the sides and down the sidebar of the frame. So if you look at my hair and you look at my eye color and you look at my hair color in the back, these just bring my inherent coloring to life, don't they? This particular woman has very blue eyes, and she is not wearing blue frame. She's wearing sort of a muted purple, but they certainly complement her hair color or her eye color beautifully. And this woman, going back to this woman again, the blue in her frames, and if you look at the black hair, the black hair almost has a blue tinge to it. So here is a way of taking the darkness of the hair but lightening it up a bit, and you can see how beautiful that complements her, not to mention how beautiful it complements the outfit that she happens to be wearing. So eye color and hair color are two of the things that you always want to go to first in making sure that your frames are going to complement them. Now the next thing would be shape. So people ask me all the time, well, should I wear square frames, rectangular frames, round frames? Well, there are a couple of things. I'm a proponent that you should always have frames that complement what we see in terms of the shape, both the features of your face as well as your overall face shape. Now, what I will say is that as we age, our face shape softens. And so I used to have a very square jaw, but it's not so terribly square anymore. It has softened. So for me, having something that, okay, so these are from years ago. I can't even hardly see out of these frames because the prescription is wrong. But do you see they are a rectangular shape? Okay. When I had my very square jaw, they really worked very nicely. And the copper up here on top, when my hair was definitely warmer, worked very nicely. But then I graduated to this pair. And this pair is softer. It's got some curvature to it. And that's because there's more curvature in my face today than years ago. As well, the other thing I wanted to just mention is that just like with clothing, I've taught you how to use lines in clothing to actually bring forth a complementary look. Well, the same is true with your eyeglass frames. So as we need to create balance, we need to look at what maybe some of the balance points that we need to either correct or complement. And you can see that I have a fairly small face. I have very close set eyes. And so one of the things I want to do is to bring my eyes as though they're a little more spaced out. And one of the ways I can do that is by attracting the attention up here. You can see that has been done with the metallic piece up here. The eye, when you're looking at me, your eye comes up this way. And what that does is it lifts my eye, but it also separates and widens the look of the eye. In this particular frame, the same thing. You see the attention is up here, and so I am widening my eye. Now, if you've got very wide set eyes, then your focus is going to be to try and bring the eye in and to close that gap. So really understanding where we need to balance is important, and where we need to uplift as well. So if you have predominantly angular features, then keeping your frames a little more angular would definitely be the right thing to do. And maybe as you are getting a little older, to soften the angular shape a little bit more. Let's see if I have some pictures here. This would be a picture, again, of creating balance. She's got close set eyes as well. And so by uplifting and bringing the eye out to the corner, we can see that we've accomplished that balancing. We've uplifted. One of the things I wanted to say about personality of pieces is a powerful look, a friendly look, kind of a quirky look. And this happens to be a colleague of mine, and she is. I mean, these glasses just fit her to a T, and yet she has not put into practice what I'm sharing with you in terms of following the face shape, because she's got very, very round glasses, and yet we don't see a lot of roundness in her face. But the fact is that she's really, predominantly for her, it's expressing that personality, the quirkiness, the fun, the levity of who she is that brings that forth. So these are all little guidelines that I'm giving to you, and bottom line is you've got to decide, what's going to express you most accurately, what is going to make you happy when you look in the mirror. And I do know that when you are there trying on glasses yourself in your optician's office, it's very difficult to kind of judge that for yourself. So having somebody there that you can trust and that will give you that input and give you that education is very, very valuable. So I do know that prescription lenses are expensive. No doubt they can cost as much as a beautifully tailored suit. But what I want you to understand is they're an investment in you, and you're going to wear these glasses far more than you're going to wear that gorgeous suit. So I want you to be generous with making the expenditure to have a pair that you love, that you're going to feel like you want to put on every single day. And I would also encourage you to build a collection of eyewear. So I know that our prescriptions change, and what happened, actually my prescription between this pair and this pair, they are slightly different. But I can still wear this pair, and obviously this is my new prescription, so I definitely can wear that pair. But the idea is if you add a new pair every year to your collection, your prescription probably won't have changed so much that you can't go back and wear at least a couple of years worth. And if they do, well, then maybe you just need to, invest in 2 pair in 1 year to really bring you forward. So have fun in your eyewear collection selection. And if you have any, any concerns about whether you're picking the right one, please don't hesitate to give me an email or give me a call or send me a direct message. And I have a small fee to do that, but it's a fee that I think is very affordable and will assure that you get some feedback that you really will can take to the bank, so to speak, that will make you happy. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope this is helpful to have you now take another look at what goes into eyewear selection, realizing that it is a powerful tool for you in business as well as socially. So take care, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks with another Fashion Flair Friday. Bye-bye now.